Might actually go badly for me. I didn't account for Cook actually having good spells. Shit.
Yeah, actually, good setup. Yeah.
Hey.
See, the people who got it from, or wherever he got it from, actually knew what they were doing.
Right. There's a viewer apparently also waiting. I'd assume this is Grumpy in the background watching, so...
That would be me.
No. I mean, I don't care.
Grumpy should have been a fill-in.
He offered, but as I told him, and as I made pretty clear, once you guys go into the dungeon, there is no coming back out. You either finish it or you die trying.
I was just saying, you could always play for more.
I decided not to have him do that, also because of the fact that then he has to create a temp character, then go into the Vormorn sheet, and I don't even know if Cook's got everything shared properly, so it's just easier for me to do it.
I mean, he also could just bring Sneaky Balls or whatever his other character was from the one-shot hell.
No, again, that's the first reason. No one
Yeah.
can get in.
Yeah, they can't get in, therefore they also can't get out.
Bring him in before we enter.
Damn.
No.
He won't be able to leave afterwards is the problem.
It'd have to be a throwaway character.
He has a separate. Swingy Balls has a separate party.
Do you think he cares about the character, though?
Well, more of the question is, would he actually try and help you guys at all and save you if it came down to it, or would he just leave you to die?
With the personality, no.
Exactly. So.
Well, actually, this thing, 50-50. I give it a flip of the coin. You can flip the coin side and try to help.
Potential. Not potential.
I mean, who knows as far as it goes. But don't worry, the DM is fully zooted, totally, and it is going to go very easy on you guys today.
Oh, I'm keeping on the roll. I'm rolling another one now.
That'll be Lucius's last dead joint, don't worry. I got you. Do you have a sadness joint? Because you're gonna want to make sure that one's ready by the end of this.
Lucius,
Only acceptance, no sadness.
as he dies, he's gonna get high one last time and be like, "This is for Terra. Just die high, die stoned as hell."
Downs the rest of the bottle. Let's see. What's a good? I need. Oh man, if copyright music wasn't a problem. Oh. You know, it'd be nice to get Highway to Hell playing in the background, but it's not even the bands or the companies that copyright it anymore. It's the damn fucking bots that do it, that make a ton of money off of it. So, but with that said, let's get started before the DM goes on some random rant. Put a time marker there. There's your time stamp for those who watch this back later. So, welcome back, one and all. Last we left off, a pretty simple summarization. The party managed to complete the dungeon, surprisingly. Well, rather the first part of the dungeon. The riddles that they found out of character, the answers actually mattered. And needed to be paid attention to, as they would come in handy later on. However, the party was not given how that would be, so do take pity on them if you catch something that they don't, because, yeah, no, that's going to come up a lot, as I learned the horrid lesson of watching you guys try to solve very simple puzzles. Or what I thought was simple. But yes, as the party managed to speak to, or enter through Blood's End's room, they found out more information about what truly happened, completing that alongside with Urs the Pure Black, Himkin, and I believe the First Son was last session as well?
First Son, Himkin, Bloods, and Ernest.
Yeah, yeah. And as the party managed to catch on to what was going on, gathering more information and figuring out where the last item that they would need to complete Durali's quest, the party fully decided not to go after it and go in the opposite direction, going deeper into the dungeon to take on this challenge with no reason or drive other than, well, we've already come this far.
Deeper, onward.
And I really wish that wasn't a perfect summarization of the exact discussion that came out of that. We're kind of here.
That's the microphone. We've come this far.
With fully an open door to leave the dungeon, they enter into the dungeon that they can no longer escape from. With Key, Sigrun, Lucius, Durali, and Vormorn, the party walks in, not noting if Stumpy was following. As they enter into the first dungeon, we come back to the start of the session. You all slowly walk through this door. For a moment, a magical darkness seems to envelop around all of you. A coldness in the air starts to kind of chill your guys' bodies, feeling the fur stand up on your neck, the eeriness of death all around you. For some, this is comforting. For others, this feeling comes against everything you understand, or goes against everything that you understand.
Must be Tuesday.
This party full of complete psychopaths who murder entire kingdoms.
I have to roll.
Not usually intentionally.
God damn it. The party, like psychotic maniacs, excitingly start to wait, eagerly praying for the clouds to clear. Key being the only one who is quiet currently. Sigrun starts to hype them stuffs up. You all can feel the slight motion and the impact in the ground as they start jumping from one foot to the other, in almost like a boxing warm-up like stance. You all, while the narrator realizes how psychotic you truly are in this world.
To be fair, my character was always that was the point.
No, you're
We're
good.
standing in the now closed doorway of the dungeon, and Lucius pulls out two, like, strangely pieced together bottles with some dream lily in one end.
It starts
What's on
really.
the other end?
Full of water, and then a mouthpiece on the other end.
He has made his own bottle bong with a mixture of what looks to be some sort of cheap tape and two magical potion bottles.
I swallowed the ball and I drink a little bit left, and I snap it like half the bottle, and I'm just like, alright, I'm ready.
The party, like psychopaths, each individually begins to make their way, realizing that they all have their own coping mechanism. Vormorn patting Ticarius, secretly whispering sweet nothings to his horse. The cloud or the darkness starts to fade, and you see this massive tower-like creation around you. You find yourselves now standing on what looks to be a floating rock made of this fluffier white cloud-like material. Now, while standing on it, you feel it's as if it's hard as dirt or rock. But as you kind of lean over, and before someone asks to take a bite out of the cloud, yes, you can. I'm gonna just preface that now. But as you lean over to run your hand through it, you feel the coldness of the water from the cloud's condensation as you move the cloud easily. Yet it seems to harden yet like dirt or stone yet again as you move your feet over it. Before you, you see a large 3-story tower. Standing, you'd guess somewhere around maybe 80 feet in the skies, wide enough to house creatures of massive magnitude. You see as you look around, other islands of these little stones kind of connected to each other with large oventium material like chains, these purple, almost oily like gemstone carved into chains to kind of hold it all together in a slight buoying action. In front of you, you see this tower with a massive oak door, looking to be barred from the outside. As you look around, you suddenly notice as this plops out of the stone wall, this massive 20-foot tall storm giant who comes out pulling themselves out of the stone tiling, the metal armor chinking into place, a great sword kind of unsheathing off of its back. The creature has what looks to be a small staff, a wand, merely a wand in their hand. What you all realize is the size big enough to be a full quarter staff. The creature stands menacingly over you all, holding its greatsword on its back as the blue cloak behind it kind of billows in the wind. You feel the cold breeze all around you and the darkness of night kind of setting in around. What would you all like to do?
Sigrun in Giant goes, greetings.
The creature slams its sword into the ground, watching it sink in about a good few inches, almost sheathing it completely, and the creature just nods.
Is this
Well-
we have to fight thing, or are you like a guide?
The creature
Still a
kind
giant,
of...
by the way.
Yeah, the creature kind of just stands there, not really moving, but you sense an awkwardness now in the air. Actually,
I don't-
Sigrun, give me an insight check, given your natural insight at full C.
I know usually when a Night Sun's Renegade, it's usually like a do not thing. So,
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you
They're
can
all good.
sense the awkwardness in the air now after asking this. As Drawley speaks up, mentioning this about knights, the creature just continues to stand there.
yeah, no, because I had Pebble do the same fucking thing. He slammed his sword into the ground like, hey, you're not allowed to walk past me kind of thing. So, there's a chance he's here to fight as the first trial.
Well, time to be horrified. And my eyes roll back into my head, and like you can see the veins start to like come up. And I rolled an 18. I'd like to use my grim psychometry and the location that I'm present in.
Oh! Yeah! Go ahead and give me a history check.
It would be a 18 history.
There's a reason I'm surprised on this, actually, and you'll understand why in a minute. You see, for a moment, the image kind of starts to give a weird, as you start to kind of roll your eyes back and start to delve into the past, you watch as like timelines continue to fly past you, years, hundreds of years, thousands of years. Finally, you get to a period that you don't recognize. The skies are a different color. Although this being mostly in black and white, you can just tell that it's a different shade of gray. You see this giantess, this thin giantess robed up with a strange-looking staff that seems to blur as you look over towards it, standing in front of this knight. As this knight is cut down and brutalized by her, and so to continue to fight, and you watch as she slowly walks into the tower, and more screams can be heard from inside the tower. Your eyes roll back into your back forward, and the vision fades.
I will relay that information.
The Giantess on his vision, did it look like the statue of Rockability?
Yes.
Does he react that I'm holding her staff?
Oh, we lost him. Oh no, we lost Sigrun.
That was quicker than I thought.
Oh, welcome back, Sigrun.
Hello?
Are
Yeah,
you-
sorry. I couldn't hear anything for the past couple minutes.
No worries.
I was like, I better leave and reconnect just to fucking fix that.
Yeah, no
So,
problem. Okay. Durali, as you hold up the staff slightly, kind of trying to draw attention towards it, the creature doesn't seem to change its stance. You can give me an insight check to see if you get any reaction.
I can try probably the best one.
Does my insight from earlier apply?
I'll say yes.
I got a
My
15.
dirty 20.
Between the two of you, it doesn't seem like the creature has changed at all since slamming its sword into the ground.
Cool.
Since
Okay.
he's not answering questions and not moving, I'm gonna assume this is a battle trial.
Was that in character?
Yeah. Drawley's like, I'm gonna assume you're not fighting as any. And you
Sigrun in Giant is gonna go. Do we have to? I'd like to just, I mean, like, I'm not opposed. You just seem kind of cool, but like, I will fight you.
Creature does not speak back as you say this in Giant.
Okay, guys, do I have permission to hit? I'm listening. I need to hit.
No,
things.
the party did not get a long rest. You guys just went straight after the dungeon. I asked about that. Don't worry.
Did it? Oh, I must not have heard that before. But yeah, I don't need one. I'm cool.
Key's like, oh shit. I know that feeling as a cleric.
As a spellcaster, imagine.
But yeah, as you stand there, the creature continues to wait, not drawing its sword, just standing in its position.
Is there anything else around us? Like,
Yeah, so as you look about, you see a bunch of other islands that have been attached by chains that seem to be floating kind of alongside. As you notice, looking around the edges of this cloudy, like stone rock material, you can see a vast, what looks to be almost an ocean underneath you of twinkling stars. It is brightly colored. You can see white little boats on occasion, like kind of swimming through the ocean itself, looking almost clear or crystal clear, as you see massive creatures kind of floating way beneath the depths, magnified by the amount of water on top of them. But as you look around, it is just this tower on the central island. The chains themselves holding the other islands seem to ascend from the top of the tower. So the chains all kind of come down from the peak and then go out to the sides.
okay, but nothing stands out as interesting other than this.
No.
I'm gonna make the slightly obvious guess that this is said by a rock divinity, because we saw a giantess, we saw that she was the only actual female giant. And DM said the answers previously were important here.
All we did was we gave a bit of each element and made them appear.
Yes, but Caleb still has the creature that we used.
Oh.
I do. I'm still holding the dragon. I'm petting
Still
him
holding the
now.
little dragon.
Oh! I completely forgot.
That
Throw
thing
it
is
at the giant.
some way.
Maybe he's scared of dragons like Stumpy is.
I choose you, Tempest Dragon! That's a fucking trump card to have. Go ahead, Caleb. Sorry.
See if it like does anything. Like hold it out. See if he'll do anything in the room.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Fucking
Is, it,
sim.
is the dragon sleeping right now?
Yes. It is, it's been passed out since most of the time since you've had it.
All right. So I'm gonna try, see if I can naturally get up, kind of maneuver a way to be held out.
Okay. Okay, so you like trying to present it out like as if you're grabbing like a sleeping cat, or?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, don't worry. You're good, Sigrun. Don't worry. As you
No, sorry, just.
as you hold out this creature, you see the giant suddenly kind of stops, like standing there, and kind of you see him kind of fidget slightly, and kind of grabs the sword out of the ground and puts it away as he kind of stands off to the side. You watch as the little Tempest Dragon kind of wakes up, gives a loud yawn, a little slight cute roar as it wakes up, trying to act a little more fierce, and then slowly starts to fade into a starry-like dust.
I was right. Okay.
And as you do so, you see the giant drops on the ground, kind of towards you guys as he chucks it over. The staff that was on his side that at first you thought was a wand, now realizing with how big it is, it's taller than Durali. And what looks to be a bag of gold seems to be attached to it.
Not that big. Bigger than Durali. Not that big.
Well, it's a staff. It's a quarter staff.
I was like, first of all, screw you. Second, it's magical or is it just like an oversized?
It looks to be it's just a normal quarter staff. It is magical from what you can sense off of it. But it has some words written on it in Giant that when Sigrun kind of looks over at it, Sigrun, you see it reads Staff of Healing, written in Giant.
Oh?
Welcome back. Are you good?
I don't No, it showed me with having the Wi-Fi, but like I completely cut out.
No
and now I'm
worries.
back.
Yes. As Sigrun looks down at the staff on the ground that the giant throws over with with what looks to be a bag of gold pieces, you read in giant it says "Staff of Healing" on the side of the quarterstaff.
So surprisingly,
This
the only
is
use the staff is key.
the staff is it is one of healing. As like Sigrun picks up this little staff.
As you
from
This
Prince-
quarterstaff.
As you pick
Sorry,
it
what did
up,
you say?
you take a look at it, and for a moment you feel a strange energy coming from it, Sigrun, and you notice, you suddenly feel your a presence similar to your own people, a strange, almost kinship to the item that. For a moment, and as you kind of take a look, Dorali, are you still casting True Sight on yourself, like, continuously?
Oh.
it hasn't been an hour. It's
Oh, okay. As you look at Dorali, you realize it's not a quarterstaff made of wood. It's made of two bones latched together with what looks to be some sort of skull at the end that, without the True Sight, you see an illusion of a staff with a beautiful, like, rose at the top of it. And as with True Sight on, you realize these are Scroffe bones.
I feel familiar with this staff.
So Sigrun question.
Mm.
How would you feel about holding an item made of your own people's bones?
I mean, I suppose it would depend on the item and also whose bones. Cause like, if it was a Scroffe warrior, I would be very respectful. But if it was like that jackass I knew growing up type deal, then it's like, maybe it goes missing, maybe on purpose, maybe not.
I make a big show of
Maybe
looking at the staff, looking at Sigrun.
Yeah, Sigrun just like doesn't even pick up on it. She's just like holding the staff. She's like, maybe it accidentally go in fire. Maybe I drop it in ocean. Accident, of course.
I say Sigrun, I snap my fingers at Sigrun. Hey, Sigrun, you're getting off track.
Maybe maybe I use this back scratcher.
I'll be ignored. Alright.
Yeah, as Sigrun continues going on, kind of looking up the sky, rubbing her chin as she thinks about more ideas. Dorali, you continue trying to get Sigrun's attention. Finally, as kind of tapping her on the side as you jump up, and finally, as it kind of catches Sigrun's attention, she looks back down at you.
Yes.
Sigrun, the staff is made of Scroffe bones, is what I was getting at.
It has a rose on it.
It has an illusion on it.
Oh, fucking magic.
Is Dorali's
do you-
head still glowing with True Sight?
Yeah.
Do you know whose bones?
It's probably from thousands of years ago. I don't know.
Well, you have your magic sight. Can't you see whose it is?
No one knows.
Giant. Hey,
Far ago.
Giant. What? Excuse me. She's saying this in Giant. Whose bones are this?
As you turn to say this, you kind of trail off about mid-sentence as you realize the stone giant, the giant that was standing there is no longer there. They seem to have disappeared.
Was he an illusion? Oh, magic
Alright.
casters. Anyway, Dorali, I'd hand you the staff, but it's a bit big for you. Which magic caster wants it?
I point towards Key, because if it's a staff of healing, then they can use this.
Alright. The bones of my brethren are yours. And I reach out and I hand it over.
Okay.
Just goes wide-eyed for a bit and then grabs it slowly and just looks down at it. Oh, okay.
And then I guess we can move on to the next room.
Lucius over here, like, I'm also a and it just kind of accepts it and moves on.
Yeah, Lucius also only have a couple levels. He's a full cleric.
It's fair. As you lot now stand around here now with Key holding this staff, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm ready to move to the next room because that's all that was here.
To the next room we go.
Alright, so you're gonna enter the tower?
Yeah, I have a feel for how this works now, I guess.
Alright. As you... Huh?
This
What's
is
up?
probably not going to be great because apparently we heard screaming from the tower.
As you enter into the the tower itself, walking up to the doors, it creaks open as you slightly kind of push on it. I assume Sigrun pushing most of her body weight into it, being this door is as tall as she is. I think we've lost Sigrun. We have fully lost Sigrun.
No.
I'll give 1 sec at Sigrun. Can you hear us? I think that. Yep, there they go. I think we're losing our party here, left and right. I guess we'll give it a minute. Oh, well, you know, you guys got a nice little scroll-face staff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for how this is going to work, I'm glad I wrote down all the answers.
So I'm gonna add this thing to my inventory. What's it called?
We're taking a minute, because Sigrun's rejoining.
Caleb, it's an actual item. There's a staff healing.
Yeah, it's just staff healing. Yep. You also got 30,000 GP that you can, as far as it goes. Who wants to split that? Wi-Fi fucking died. Uh-oh. That ain't good. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. Alright. We may have a short fucking episode 60.
Yeah?
Good way to pad out the series. 20-minute episodes, 30-minute episodes. I mean, we'll still keep going if the party wants it. I won't deny it. By the way, Caleb, I gotta... Oh, never mind, you're a step away, never mind. I'll ask you afterwards. It's not important, I was just asking information in general, so...
What's the information? My dad was just asking what I was doing.
Oh, I was gonna say, how'd you end up getting out of everything that was going on? What, everything good? Because you said you might not be here till 6:30.
Yeah, so we got a definitive answer that we would be staying until 5, and now that's going to be pretty much a standard now, potentially. We will be working until 5, but we may get an extra day off.
I'd say, hey, more money, you know, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let me see this as I write up a one-shot. Oh, Grumpy's writing a one-shot? Oh, how dare you advertise your D&D campaigns in mine. That is so disrespectful. No,
I'm interested.
no worry, yeah. If you want to run a one-shot, feel free. Just let me know if you want to pick a day, and if you want anybody from our group, I'm more than happy to set it up to make sure you got the channel and everything so you can run everything. Alright, I'll just let them know. We will give you a few minutes. Let me know if it's dire. We're going to take a quick intermission for those who need to get water. You know, relight your doobie. If you're not old enough to know what that is, don't worry about it. Because that means you're definitely not from Gen Z, so nope. You know, I realized something the other day. Gen Z will be the last generation to know that Scooby-Doo had an extended family.
Yeah.
Which really saddens me because, you know, one of the best of the Scooby-Doo, like, miniseries to come out of the Cartoon Network franchising of it was the like, young kid Scooby-Doo one. Where you get to meet, like, his uncle, his cousins, his, you know, aunts and all that. It was great. Fucking found out Scooby was the normal one. Good series. Oh man. Also, yes, Chastity has a full recommendation to go try and play a Null with the investigator, like detective background. That's a major stoner and really likes sandwiches.
Looking at him.
I told DM about my Monster Monday concept I'm rolling with, and I think
You-
he's just as excited as I am.
You did. I gave you a good another recommendation to make it more, or to add on to it to make it hilarious. I'm ecstatic. I was telling a buddy of mine about it. He thought it was hilarious as well. Although I will say it did make me worry that you would talk to Wolf about one of his characters he had mentioned way back when, or a bit back when. But Wolf mentioned you two hadn't chatted, so. Because there's one character Wolf has that really annoys me, that I was just hoping you weren't trying to draw inspiration from.
Oh.
So I forgot. I mean, you haven't sent me a link or anything, Caleb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
I'll
well.
send you.
BK, how well it will hold up. Yeah, don't use your data. You're good.
I don't want to show the community.
It's
It is
dire.
not-
We will just take a vote and see what the party wants to do. Because I think it's fully fair. We'll continue on if you guys want to, and if you don't, I'm also more than okay with having a short episode 60, which I'll probably just rename to episode 59.5.
Yeah.
But there we go. Let's see. Oh, I will say, for those who do have an interest, we've recently switched over, or I've recently switched over to Opera GX for those who watch these streams, which I did find out some people do. I think it's just us, though, from the group. But anyways, will say one of the things I don't like about Opera GX, unlike Google Chrome or any other internet browser, you can't like drag and drop into the same bar. It just opens a ton of windows. So that's really annoying. You can create extra tabs in the same window, but like if you open up a fresh link, they won't all like stack on each other. So kind of annoying. But I think that's also part of the CPU usage thing. What's up?
Not
No. No, I'm not sponsored, otherwise I wouldn't be talking shit. I will say, I do like the thing. It's nice if you're a gamer and you like to listen to music, because they've got some really good casual beats that you can listen to in between songs. Definitely worth. Let me see. Alright, I'm gonna say I'll give it another minute. If they're not back, I'll take a vote from the party.
All right.
Because I think it's already been 5 minutes. I'm being kind by giving an extra couple. Besides the fact that they fucked up the sheet on their legendary actions because they didn't darken it with black, which bugs me.
Wait, what?
No, don't worry about it. Oh, it's okay. Ridiculous stat pool, which is what I'd expect given what you're setting this at. I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous design, but if you're trying to do this based on what you are in for Monday,
No.
no?
No, I don't. You would even allow me to do this.
Oh, do I think that how to balance this? Oh, I don't have the hours.
Oh no, I could honestly go through it and try and balance it out myself to make it more of like a reasonable potential encounter. I think as it is, I could now it also just depends on the party. Say if they fight this thing fights Monster Monday, I might need to buff it.
I'll put it to you this way. The rule of thumb with monsters: big bad single monster is good against low CR players, and I do mean CR, not their actual level. If it's if the player's CR ranking or their CR level is as high or close to the one monster, you need extra creatures or you need lair options, because otherwise the creature will not be powerful enough to take it on. Kind of like the idea that 5 level 15 to 20 players can take on a Great Worm. But the idea is that, typically Great Worms are going to have their lair, they're going to have a bunch of environmental shit they're doing, you got all that. That makes them fucking extremely dangerous. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want it to not come to a big, flop, that's what I would do. But anyways, because that's action economy, but we can talk about that post this. So really quickly, since Maya's still fixing up their router, do we want to keep going if Sigrun can't join, or do you guys want to pause it at opening the door to the tower? Because I will run either. So.
I'd say end it. I know Maya looks forward to playing everywhere. I don't want to do a third of the dungeon without them, but I do want to glance at what's in there.
Okay. All right. Key, what about you?
Yeah, I don't want to do this without Sigrun if they actually enjoy doing this session. So, though I would like to know what we're potentially going to get ourselves into.
Yeah, so just a glance at the room, which we're going to get anyway, because we're opening the door.
All right, and Lucius, what about you? Same thought?
The majority voted wait, so I'm cool with that.
Alright, well, we'll give Maya a second to let them reset their router. If it don't work, then we'll run into that. For the piece of not having to describe this twice, I'll wait a minute. And the good news is, by the way, for those who are watching this tonight, tomorrow's session is going to be a little long, or expect it to be a little longer, because I get out early of work, so I'll be doing a little bit of extra prep work before session, which is why I wanted to get Chasten's stuff done today. But also, because I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, so I have no reason to worry about sleeping tomorrow night. So, we good, boys. But that does not mean, do not expect 6-hour sessions. I'm not Wolf. I don't have that vigor. I'm warning that. I'm making that clear now. Oh, man. Although maybe one day with an in-person session that's broken up by a meal. Maybe then. Which reminds me, I need to go and start looking at getting a D&D table here soon. And any brands other than Wormwood or where the hell? Because I know, Wormwood is now bad after all the crap that happened with them. Who else makes D&D tables? Let's see. Custom board. Ooh, okay, let's start looking for things. So I might finally get a gaming table. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask for this year's winter art piece. Should I do a vote to see who gets whose thing gets picked up, or we just want to keep that going in order? You guys think?
I mean, I'd imagine just keep going in the order of purpose.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Alright, Tim. Alright, so Sigrun has stated they want to take a second, or it's not working, so give me a minute. Alright, the rest have decided to pause session here, then, and hear what's within. Okay. And I did just get Wolf's message, that he gets off in like 30 minutes, and would be happy to join to come help out. Rather, he will join the VC, and then head off on, otherwise he's got other plans. So, whether he'll actually help you guys or not is another question, but anyways, so, as you all open, or as Sigrun kind of shoves up against the door, Lucius kind of offering assistance as this wooden door doesn't budge. Vormorn finally having to even walk over and give it a shove. The door finally starts to creak further open. The heavy wood expands out into this large open, what looks to be a strange 4-quadrant or setup room. Each of the quadrants seems to have a different kind of elemental theme. One being fire-based with different forms of lava flow moving around and little pieces of wood lighting on fire. Fire jettisoning out of one of the edges of it. The earth seems to be made of just simple rock, stone, and dirt with little bits jutting out. The air seems to be represented by a bunch of what looks to be spells going off with massive blades of just pure air elemental damage slashing into each other and canceling each other out. And finally, the last one looks to be a giant water sphere held underneath the floor that continues to gather more water from its surroundings. In the center, you see this giant fountain all these things seem to kind of come together into a focus of where you see a massive tempest dragon staring down at you as you take a moment to think. With the rolls that I'm not going to make you make because it's the end of session, you realize this is an Elder Tempest, and this is a very old Elder Tempest. And it begins to open its mouth and ready its breath weapon to attack you. And that is where we will end off session for tonight. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will come back tomorrow with probably at least an extra hour-long session just to make up for the loss of today's session. We thank you. We hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you guys there shortly. All right. We are good.